Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Multi Monday. We are going to be looking. Hey, I got an update on my computer. Maybe I should do that now. We're going to be looking at gluten-free beers. Tonight on panel, we have miscellaneous brew reviews.
Cheers.
We also have Beer Man,
Cheers.
Chatio.
I'm home.
Looks like Dio couldn't find a gluten-free because he's in the chat. He's not up on panel. And Alex is doing an update on his computer, so he will hopefully be joining tonight's show before we get too far into it. But yeah, myself, Bumpy Road, I'm here as well. Cheers to the chat. We have Thrash, Chatio, and Dio.
Yep.
And let me just start reading about gluten-free beers. This is on Wikipedia. There's no BJCP write-ups about gluten-free beers. There's nothing on Beer Advocate about gluten-free beers. I'm sure that some people have probably had some gluten-free beers that they've scored or whatnot, but no actual write-up about them. So here we go with Wikipedia. Beers brewed mainly from cereals such as millet, rice, sorghum, buckwheat, and corn, or maize, which do not contain gluten, do not trigger an autoimmune response in celiacs. Some brewers brew with barley or rye and reduce the level of gluten to below 20 parts per million. This may be achieved by using enzymes such as Clarex, sounds like a drug they use if you have allergies, which break down gluten proteins in beers brewed with barley, as well as helping it to filter the brew. In most countries, this technically classifies them as gluten-free beers, but in the United States, they are classified as gluten-reduced beers. These brewers believe they are safe to drink. The brewers argue that the proteins from the barley are converted into non-harmful amino acids. Statements from the brewers show that their scientists feel confident that their product is non-harmful to those who are gluten intolerant. Some celiacs report problems drinking these beers. However, there is some concern and evidence that the claim is not true. For example, Shaheen, Evans, and Scarrett. 2001. That must have been some type of lawsuit, I'm guessing. Brewers who produce low gluten beers are required to test every batch for gluten and record gluten levels in parts per million. Although the barley hordein is in such tests may not be detected, smaller pieces of these proteins, known as peptides, may remain and be toxic for celiacs. Those involved in gluten-free brewing and other representing celiacs or those with other conditions that require a gluten-free diet tend to be concerned that beer brewed using wheat or barley are not appropriate for those with celiacs or dermatitis herpetiformis. Although the carefully controlled gluten levels of particular malt brews in England and Finland may be low enough to be consumed in relative safety. All right. Just read this really last part here. The recent development of gluten-free ales and lagers has been seen as a positive move forward for those who suffer a variety of related gluten-intolerant conditions. And there are a number of people working to produce gluten-free products. Beer is seen as the most difficult to produce in a commercially acceptable version. As of early 2012, a fast-growing range of ales and lagers is becoming widely available. There are now over 30 breweries producing gluten-free beer in the United States. And as of 2019, there are 12 breweries that are 100% dedicated gluten-free. First gluten-free beer to be granted label approval by the U.S. government is New Grist, brewed by Lakefront Brewery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right. Yeah, a bit of a longer spiel there, but I think it's important to get out the gluten-free beers for the gluten intolerant folks. So if there's anybody watching that has celiac disease, hopefully some of these beers that we taste tonight will inspire you to try them. Hopefully. And I see Alex waving at me. Hello, Alex. Welcome.
What's up, buddy? I had to update my stuff like I messaged you to. So.
All right. So we're going to get started. Miscellaneous is first up. Show us what you're working with.
Andrew.
All right, so I got some here from the Mission Brewing Company. They're out of Portland, Oregon, and/or Portsmouth, New Hampshire. This is their pale ale. 5.8%, and it says on the side here, it says government disclaimer: beer fermented from barley, a grain containing gluten, and crafted to remove gluten. The gluten content of this beer cannot be verified, and this beer may contain gluten. Every brew is tested for gluten. See your bottle results at omissiontests.com. So, I don't know. I would definitely think if you have a celiac fucking diet, I wouldn't touch this shit with a 10-foot pole. Like, you're worried about like really small stuff. Like I haven't had anybody at my job that has a celiac issue, but like they can't even have like microparticles of like flour flying through the air and land on their stuff.
All right. Yeah, I'm working with 2 people.
All right, so yeah, got about a 1 finger. Looks pretty frothy. I forgot to say that it said on the shelf that this won a gold medal in 2018.
Nice.
Or I guess gluten-free, whatever. Couldn't tell you. So yeah, it's pretty tight-knit looking head there, pretty frothy looking. I think it might throw some lace. It's got a nice copper color. It's not quite as dark. It looks amber on the screen, but it's a little bit lighter than that. Very fine, small bubbles. Effervescence is kind of weird. It's there, but it's not really. I don't know. Oh, yay. It's going to be fun.
All right. Cheers, Miscellaneous. And I do appreciate all the panel members that could make it tonight because we'll see what we all think of these.
Right. All right, cool. So this is one from my neck of the woods, from McMinnville, Oregon. It's Tantamount Stout by Evasion Brewing. It's a gluten-free stout, 6%. Very plain label. That way. Doesn't really have anything special going on. Yeah. It include ingredients are water, millet, rice, buckwheat, certified oats, GF oats, hops, and yeast. So
Tell you the truth, guys, I don't think I ever had a gluten-free beer unless I didn't realize I was drinking a gluten-free beer.
it's a nice, it depends.
They're different.
Yeah. Nice chocolate. It's opaque, can't see through it. Nice chocolate color, though. Has a nice Tootsie Roll brown at the bottom. A bit of a rocky top there, but for the most part, a nice looking head. It smells like a stout. Has a fruity kind of roastiness to it, malty roastiness. Yeah, cool. I look forward to this. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. All right, Chatty-O.
Oh, you told me to stretch. Sorry. I'm still a little jet lagged. Today I am bringing a gluten-free beer from Greens out of Belgium. It is their quest for gluten-free triple ale. It is, what is it, 8.5%. Wow. That's a big boy beer. They state that the Greens beers are only made from gluten-free ingredients. It doesn't say where in Belgium they're from, but that's a Belgian beer. Best by date is insane. It's June 1st, 2026. I've never seen that before. So apparently it can sit for a while, but let's crack this bad boy open.
Did you say June 2026?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess my glass isn't as clean as I thought it was. So, no, look at that. Nice.
I bump it on the table one time.
Yeah.
Clears
Nice.
it right.
Nice copper in color. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. There you go. Wow, there we go. Kind of I don't know, the copper when I was holding it that way. It's very, almost a champagne kind of color. Nice pale yellow in color. One finger, very frothy head. Looks interesting. I'm intrigued to jump into this one. Cheers.
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 Cheers
All right,
to you.
Alex. Now, let's see what you brought, because you didn't run it through me, so I'm guessing you just knew exactly what you were picking up.
Yes, because I always do that. And once I saw gluten-free, I said, "Oh, I don't have to run it by the legendary BuMpy, only if I can't find the actual word." So if you go on the bottom there,
Oh yeah, that's gluten free.
yep,
Red Bridge.
I had to make sure. So if I didn't, because sometimes it doesn't have the words, on these beers, so I have to run it by BuMpy. But once I know that the word is there, I should be golden. But yes, there's going to be running by BuMpy still, because the next beer, who knows what's going to happen. All right, let's pour this up. It is called, now that I distracted myself, it is called the Red Bridge. Now, I don't know if this is a brewery or is it just the beer. Kind of looks like a cool bridge, though. I mean, kind of looks like one of those old bridges that they might not use anymore or something like that.
That's made by Anheuser-Busch.
Okay, perfect. But is it a brewery, though? I mean, is the beer itself a brewery, or is
I think the beer is called Red Bridge.
That's it? Okay. I thought it was a brewery. That would have been cool if it was. Okay. That's just a little silver cap. It says Red Bridge. Let's pour this up, shall we? Thanks for letting me come on, legendary BuMpy. Smells pretty good. Let's see what it looks like in the Dr. Brew little glass. Let's see here, shall we? Tell you the truth, I don't think I've been on here for a week. I don't really think about it. I was even on last week either. Wow, I really took a break. Looks delicious. Looks like it looks like a Coors Light or Coors Gold, or like a Coors color. But on the screen that I'm looking at myself, looks like an amber red beer. So yeah, but when I'm looking at it physically, it looks like a golden beer. Nice frothy head. Nice bubbles going towards the head, so it's perfect. So next time around, I'll give it a smell, the taste, and the flavor. Appreciate you.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Oh no,
Trying to get.
I'm not. Next time around, I drink it, right? Or I'm confused here now.
Correct. Yeah, I was just typing something real quick.
Okay.
JB asked if it was a style. So no, gluten-free beer is not a style, but it would be like a product for beer. So there's a bunch of different styles within this product. But yeah, I have the. Let me bring myself up like this. I have the same one Chatio has. Greens. Quest gluten-free Tripel Ale, 8.5%. I think he read the ingredients already with the water, buckwheat, millet, sorghum, brown rice, hops, yeast. So I mean, they pretty much went through every single thing that's gluten free that they use to make gluten free beers. I've had one gluten free beer in my life, just made with sorghum, and basically it just tasted like apple cider. So I said, I don't know why you get a gluten free beer when you can just have a gluten free apple cider, a hard apple cider, I should say.
Sort of. I've never heard of that one, Legendary BuMpy.
But yeah, let's go ahead and pour
Sorghum?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorghum's out of Africa. It's like some grass or something that grows in Africa.
I didn't know that.
All right. Yeah. The head on this is kind of medium bubbled, kind of rocky, a little bit frothy on top, but it does look like it's going to break down. Very, very carbonated. See right through it as well. It's clear. It's got a nice gold. I mean, it looks like a Tripel usually looks for the most part. So, all right, we'll get back into miscellaneous and see what he thinks about his delicious zero emission beer.
All right, Legendary Andrew. Let's hear.
Man, this is weird because this thing's got fucking legs. This thing's all wrong. I'll let you know now. Probably not gonna like it. All right, so initially on the smell, I get soap.
Really?
There's a sweetness to it. There's a graininess to it. Even though there's just barley in this one. So it's what they say. Couldn't be for sure. I don't know. It's kind of got this almost like brown bread crust type of thing going. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it looks pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean it tastes good, though.
That's what I was about to say, Andrew.
Cheers.
Looks pretty, doesn't mean.
Cheers.
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 I don't want to.
Come on, be delicious.
Sounds like me with the chip yesterday.
That surprisingly doesn't taste bad. I really thought, because I had some non-alcoholic craft beers, and they smelled like this, and they were absolutely atrocious. So I was very scared initially. All right. Very light-bodied, almost watery. Very, very, very moderate. Not moderate. There's a slight bitterness to this. Does have that little bit of that sweetness to it. Dry finish. That's really it. It does almost have like it's almost that sweetness, almost like a sweet brown bread, almost like a Nature's Own, like the honey wheat type of thing going. I don't know. It's weird. I think the only thing that would make this beer better. I don't know.
Maybe put some whiskey.
Boozy at 5.8. I don't know. Very thin. So, yeah, low carbonation on this one. I think that pretty much covers it. It's not really too intriguing, but it doesn't taste bad. Definitely smells worse than it tastes.
Nice.
Well, that's a positive.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, thank you, Miscellaneous. Let's bring up beer again. There it is.
Yeah, man, I'm like itchy today. Cool. That surprised me. You did get it in the soap in the aroma. Yeah. All right, so let's go for the nose. So I get a kind of like a like a grainy kind of roasted thing going on. Kind of a brown bread. There's a coffee in this as well, kind of a coffee thing coming out. Smells kind of dry. Doesn't smell sweet. There's no sweetness. It's just roasted like fresh roasted milled grains. Dark grains. Really nice. Cocoa head, like I said, opaque, can't see through it. Tootsie Roll, dark black, good looking stout. Looks great, looks the part. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tootsie Roll.
Cheers.
Tootsie Roll. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Singing that same song.
That takes a little getting used to. It's different. You get the rice. There's a ricey taste in this. Maybe the buckwheat or something. It's different. It's not barley at all. Like you don't have that. There's a different thing going on. It's kind of light and loose. It's 6%. I mean, it's not super heavy. But it's dry. It's kind of like a cracker, or like the end with the outer sliver of the brown bread, like that nice cooked crust. Tastes like toast, kind of a little with some coffee, with some black coffee. It's actually pretty smooth in the mouthfeel. The body is like I said, light, medium light. Dries off pretty good. No sweetness or anything. It's tolerable. It's not drinkable. I mean, it's drinkable. It's tolerable. It's you can totally drink this. If you had a problem with gluten, this would probably be what I'd grab. I've had like Miscellaneous was saying, the soapy thing and the aromas. I've had beers like that. I've had IPAs that were gluten free that actually tasted like soap. So it's just strange. I don't know. This would be the one I'd pick, though. The porters are good, too. They have some good porters, these guys. It tastes like an Irish stout is what this is like a lot. Very dry. Just very nice. Different than like Guinness or something like that. Those kind of a more some fruit thing going on there as well. I don't know, slightness, but yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Cheers. I got my thoughts. All right.
Cheers, Beerman. Thank you.
Oh, and my numbers. Thank you, BuMpy.
And numbers. Not already. Wow. All right. Well, I'm interested in seeing what Chadio thinks of this one.
It's beer. No, maybe. I don't know. I already went through the appearance. Do it real quick again. The pale yellow in color. Light, medium bubbles in there. Now it's about a half finger head. Still holding the head retention pretty decently, even though I just poured more about 3 minutes ago. But looks pretty okay. Check the aroma. Not what I was expecting. Hey, Bailey, can you stay down? They've been missing me. Yeah, it does not smell like a traditional Tripel. Has kind of a nasty aroma to it. Almost, it's just very unpleasant. Like, to me, it's like bad apples and soy sauce.
Eeks.
So glad I didn't.
Wow.
Cheers.
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 Say good luck.
Cheers.
She looked at me like down the hatch. I don't even know what to say now. Cheers.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Follows the nose. Tripel flavor I'm used to is just not there. Flavors are very muted. Hold on. Cider flavor kind of comes through fairly pronounced, along with like a soy flavor to it too. Yeah, I'll have numbers next time around. I don't even know what to say to this anymore. I thought my nasty challenge was yesterday, but I guess second one's today. Okie dokie. I'm all done.
All right. You good? Okay.
I'm good. There's not a lot to say about this.
It's up to me to save this beer.
Yeah, please do.
All right. I didn't try it yet. I've been smelling it. And it doesn't smell that great. It has that sweetness. It smells a little sweetness to it. Like I said, I never had a gluten-free beer. I think one of you did say you had one. I think it was you, Bumpy, that said it. But I've never had it. So at least I don't remember. So let's see what this tastes like and see if I like it or hate it. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Alex.
Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
It's just a rough malting Monday.
I mean, it's good, but not good enough for every beer that I've drank prior. Tastes a little appley, so I guess it's good in that way. Has a little sweetness, a little bit of watered down. Actually, a lot watered down. Don't really think about it. A little bit of dryness as you go down the throat. Make you want to drink more. Like I said, I got a 6-pack of this. I'll drink it with you guys, then get into the craft beer. But it's good. It's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea. Now I do like apple flavored beers, but this ain't supposed to taste like apples, I don't think. Yeah, it just a gluten-free beer is good for the people that don't like craft beer, or I'm guessing it's for health.
It's for people who can't have gluten.
People that can't have gluten, Alex, like white flour and all kinds. There's all kinds of huge list of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are correct on that. I just realized that. I didn't realize that gluten is the flour. So yeah, without flour, that's gluten free. You're correct.
Not necessarily flour.
Oh, just
Free flour.
Not my cup of tea. It's a good beer.
You're not supposed to be drinking tea, Alex.
Well, you know the saying, Bumpy. It's not my cup of tea, meaning I just won't get it again. Now, when I try this beer again, that's not gluten free, meaning when it's gluten free or whatever it is, regular beer, I would try this as a regular beer, and I bet you it would be delicious.
It'd probably be Anheuser-Busch Amber Lager.
Probably what that is.
That's probably what it is. I don't know, but I'm hoping that I can get Red Bridge beer that's a regular beer. I want to see what it tastes like. And I bet you it'll taste better, a lot better. So it's a good beer. But when I get it again, once I drink it all with you guys or whoever, not really. I don't know. You never know. Maybe just to drink because I don't feel like getting drunk. Although I don't know what the ABV is, so I have to realize that, ABV is only gets you drunk. See,
There's alcohol in there.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely alcohol, no matter.
4.8.
What is it?
4.8.
Okay. Perfect. I'll give the rating, stuff like that, next time around. But, Jeremy, I know you're wondering if it's going to be 100. No.
Ain't nobody's getting a beer.
Thanks, Alex. Now he's going to watch the rest of the show.
I'm not trying to be mean, but maybe you guys will give it 100. I'll be shocked. Maybe those beers are good. Now
I'll give you a beer 100 for you. Alex thinks it's 100.
I love you, Bumpy. Again, if you didn't ball bust me, that means you don't love me, but you love me, so we're good. Cheers. So
yeah.
I'll give out the rating next time around, and appreciate you.
All right. Many packs of gluten free. Yeah, we'll see. All right. So I'm drinking the same beer that Chatio had once again, the Green's version of a gluten-free. The aromas, now it does leave a nice lacing all around the glass, like stuck on marshmallows. The aromas, to me, it does have a slight resemblance to a typical Tripel. It's missing a lot of like the banana type notes and the clove type things, but there is this kind of almost candy sweetness type smell in there. It does have, I wouldn't quite say soy sauce smell, but there's a kind of some type of vinegar, maybe like an apple cider vinegar type aroma to me.
Hey, Bumpy.
And there's
Bumpy, you're breaking up a little. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
so yeah, I was starting to have some problems. Maybe I should have done that reboot. Just kidding. Let's see if I can take as much stuff off the Wi-Fi as possible.
There goes Xbox 360.
Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if I'm going to come through or not, but yeah, it's kind of apple cider your type smell, along with that kind of candied sweetness that you kind of get out of a Tripel. A lot of Tripels and stuff they might use. Some of the candy sugars would be like beet juice and things like that. There is a slight burn to my nose hairs, so it's like I can smell the alcohol almost. I can smell like rubbing alcohol or anything like that, but I get this little slight burn in the nostrils. Anyways, doesn't smell all that bad. Cheers.
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 Cheers, Bumpy.
Really light body, this one. It almost evaporates on the palate. There is a sweetness up front. What this beer definitely doesn't bring to the table is any real bready type notes or even crackery type notes. It's kind of blah when it comes to, because there's no like malt per se in this, so it's kind of blah on that aspect of it. But there is that sweetness that still hits. I do get a little bit of that kind of apple, a little bit kind of vinegary, but not to the point where it's tasting like it's tart or sour. It's got this little sting to it. And then there's that sweetness on as well. Like it does taste like there's some type of Belgian candy sugars in this, which there probably isn't, because I don't know if that would carry gluten or not. But alcohol is on the back of the palate. So this evaporates like off the tongue. Like it's like alcohol just evaporating off the palate type deal. So there's that kind of alcohol flavor, just a tad bit on the finish. There's a slight bitterness with this one as well. It's not too harsh of a bitterness, but it does linger on. I would say and that may you didn't use a whole hell of a lot of hops, I would guess, but just missing out on all the bready, malty type flavors that would typically be there in a Tripel. I think that the hops are probably shining through a bit more with the bitter effect. Really not getting any like banana notes or something like that like you might expect out of a Tripel. I'm not getting the clove type notes that I might expect. There's no bubblegum type flavors in this either. It really, the only thing that reminds me of a Tripel is that, like I say, I keep going back to that. It almost tastes like there's a Belgian candy sugar in this. So it has like that sweet effect that a Tripel will give. Trying to figure out like what the bittering flavor is. I would say it's probably a bit on the zesty side, like herbal zesty, a little bit possible floral type notes as well. It's all right there with that alcohol note that does kick up on the back end. Now, I'm not sure if Chatio had his in the fridge, if his was cold when he was drinking it. Mine, I had out. I had it I had it at room temperature since I bought this. How many? A couple months ago, anyways. I've had this one 2 to 3 months. We have the exact same Best Buy date, by the way, June 1st, 2026.
That's crazy.
So same batch, I'm sure.
Probably.
And yeah, it's decent to me. I mean, like I said, the first one I had of a gluten-free beer, it was just like, it was straight up like drinking hard cider. So, and I'm not really a big fan of hard cider, so I didn't really like it. This one doesn't really push so much towards drinking a hard cider, so I'm enjoying that about it for sure. I'll be thinking of a score where to put it as far as a gluten-free beer. And so far, I have to say this is the best gluten-free beer I've ever had. So there's that. Let's get back to miscellaneous so he can give us his final thoughts and score and any shout-outs. Cheers.
All right. So, yeah, I just looked at my package date on here. This is packaged January 13th, 2021. All right. So that soapiness did go away on the smell. I don't know if that was the hops or whatever that they've got in this, or definitely died down. Now it's just got like a light, earthy, weird, gluten-free, malty type of thing going. I don't know. This is the first gluten-free beer I've ever had. So, first thoughts are, would I buy it again? God, if I ever had celiac disease or whatever, I mean, I guess this would be on my list.
I never even heard of that disease, Andrew.
Yeah,
Legendary Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it.
I know a good amount.
So,
Dr. Chatio.
it's not bad. I mean, you could definitely tell if I blind taste tested this and I just poured it up and it was a mystery beer, you would say there's something up with this. I can't put my finger on it. There's something weird about this. And there's no gluten in it. That being said, like I said, it said in 2018 this won a gold medal for, I guess, gluten-free beer. It ain't getting a 90 for me, that's for sure. Oh God. It's hard to say. I'll put it at an 82. It's not bad. It's not great. It needs gluten in it. I'm sure it'd be much better.
Right.
But yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. I work with the diets and things like that all the time. Anyways, yeah, so I'll go with an 82.
Nice.
Me personally, I wouldn't buy this again. If there was a gluten-free beer showdown or whatever, this would be probably up on the list.
There we go.
I know the one Alex had, John and Ellie said he had it, and he said he thought it was absolutely atrocious. But everybody's palate's different, so teach their own. This is definitely way better than those crafty non-alcoholic beers that I had. Similar guidelines, though. Kind of got that weird flavor profile. But yeah, other than that, you gonna hold off on the shout outs or no? Just
Legendary.
roll right through.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout outs.
Yeah. Yeah, I got another. There should have another box coming in the mail fairly soon. Scored some more beer. That'll be interesting to show. Got a bunch of stuff that I don't get down here. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah, I guess Wild Card Wednesday at Thomas Metal 75s, 7:30 on Wednesdays. That's it. Stick around and yeah, if you got the bell rang, you can catch some more miscellaneous brew reviews. They'll be coming out. I got home and I just didn't feel like doing one. I'll probably do one after the show. So stay tuned for that. Should be something good.
All right. Cheers, miscellaneous.
Cheers.
I gotta go get a beer that's got gluten in it.
I have an idea. I have an idea. If you have extra left, you can bring it to Beer Man's mixology thing.
Yeah.
And speaking of Beer Man, he's up next.
It's too late for that.
All right. Going through my notes. Makes me gag a bit in the swallow. Not sure what's going on there. It just kind of has this weird kind of flavor that finishes weird. But immediately, and this flavor kind of follows the nose. But toasty crust, like a toast your wheat bread and have that nice toasted kind of burnt crust thing going on. Dry though, very dry. Slight sweet, but mainly dry, like an Irish stout. Nice color of a stout though. Nice tan head. Great mouthfeel. Body a bit light medium. Slight medical taste coming out of it. Band-aidy maybe, sort of. There's the coffee, the slight chocolate, some weird grainy, ricey thing for sure. Plays the part of an Irish stout though, for the most part. They did a good job mimicking that style. But it has some weird edginess to it that makes me go, and gag a bit. There's some kind of in the back that I'm not sure about. Overall, I'll give this for the gluten-free aspect of it, I'll give it a 92 out of 100 because for a gluten-free drinker, this would be very good. For my score, and they did a good job brewing it. For my score, I would give this about an 82, like miscellaneous. I want to give it a B rangy kind of thing. I was going in the 70s, but then I was like, nah, let's be nice. But it's all right, but it's not really like I want some barley and stuff. I want some of that. You know what I'm saying? Gluten. So Beer and Cheese Tuesday will be 8:00 Eastern as follow as it always is. Bring anything you want. And Wednesday will be another beer mixer, although I am thinking about in the future here, near future, probably about 2 more of these beer mixers, and then going into an old, like an outdated beer beverage of choice, something so we can discuss like how it tastes when it's, especially like the IPAs and the pales, the lighter beers, the low octane beers, the ones that lose it after a while. So we might get into something like that. But 6:00 Eastern on Wednesday for the beer mixer, and I've been kind of slowing down on some things. I'm not getting to get over it, but I'll be back on Monday for sure for whatever happens. So see you guys. Cheers. Thank you, Bumpy. Appreciate it, man. Cheers, Chad.
Hey, Legendary Beer Man, I think you're hanging out with me too much. I think you got the idea from my Christmas beers. Remember those Christmas beers I drank after a year? Ask Bumpy.
That's funny.
This would be problematic beers after such date.
Remember Bumpy? I drank my Christmas
Yeah, when we first met you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alex's Christmas beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an IPA. It's from a year and a half ago.
Oh shoot, dude.
It was.
That's really old. To get some tea. Any iced tea?
Anybody that's been
They're
around
out there.
Everybody's been around me that's original, and they'll know that story, just like BuMpY and Brandon.
I drank that double trouble the other day on purpose, knowing it was all this shit.
Well, it'll be an
All
interesting thing, I think. So, cheers, man. Oh yeah.
All right, cheers,
Right
Bill,
on.
man. Thank you.
Well. Here we are. Greens Tripel. For a gluten-free beer, it wasn't bad. I've had a couple here from a brewery, local brewery they just purely brew only gluten-free beers. I think that's probably one of the 12 in the nation, and they're very, very good for what they do. I had one in Florida that was okay. My stepmom handed me one. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. This is in the same boat where I would put number-wise as the beer I had in Florida. The more I warm it up, I think BuMpY had the right idea and not refrigerating it, just letting it sit out, because the more it warms up, the more better flavors come out. The more it's like, okay, this is actually tolerable. It gets more and more tolerable, and I'm getting a little bit of a booziness from it now at this point. So I'm starting to taste that 8.5%. But overall score, hate to be the low man on the totem pole, I'm still giving it a 75. Probably the Hallidaily beers I've had here are probably 80 to 90 range, and the beer I had in Florida is probably about 75 as well. So, the Greens Tripel is a 75 out of 100 in my book. It's average. I mean, that's a respectable score, I think, for something. Maybe would be higher if I had a celiac and I'd be drinking just these, but yeah. So, as for shout outs, yesterday, peer pressure finally got to me, and I did the one chip challenge. Handled it very well. I handled it better than I thought I would. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. My neighbor who did it with me, Franco, dealt with more aftermath than I did, and he had a harder time with it than I did. But that was yesterday. The video is out there now. Also, I have a lot of beer reviews, hot sauce reviews, and I think some food reviews from Florida that I still need to edit and put out. So keep an eye out for those, mixed in with other stuff I've done locally here in Colorado. Cheers.
Cheers.
That was long-winded.
Cheers.
Sorry.
Thank you, Chadia.
Thank you.
Got Alex
Wow.
with his 100.
No. It's a good beer. Would I get it again? Probably not.
Good thing you got a 6-pack, right?
Yeah, well, I'll drink the rest of it. Oh, it's not that bad. But I will I will tell you this. It does have that apple or pear greeniness to it. The outside of a pear, that's what I feel like it tastes like to me. So it's not that bad, but I just won't get it again. So probably give this beer $79.
Okay.
Good beer, but not really. I mean, I could be a real mean person on the way out, but it's good enough. I just won't get it again unless I don't want to drink craft beer. I mean, I've said this to my aunt. I said, "Is this craft beer?" And she says, "Probably not, possibly." But I mean, I would think it's craft the way that they have the label and stuff. That's what gets me. So I don't know. Could be like you said. It's, where Bush is, so that beer. But it's a good beer. If you're gluten free and you like this beer, come and grab it. It's tasty beer, but not for me. You'll catch me with stouts and New England IPAs and the stronger beers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess it's shout outs time, huh?
Shout out.
Well, the shout outs is we're going to be doing wild card unless things change. But we're going to do wild card, hoping we'll find some ideas for the following Friday. But we'll do wild card and beer, whatever you want. Any beer you want. And don't forget, Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. John and Nellie's channel. If you don't know John and Nelly, just look up Georgia Beer Reviews. So get your stouts on. So 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, stouts. So get them on. I was going to do that yesterday, but I wasn't sure what was going on, so I didn't do it. So I just relaxed and listened to my music. And was it yesterday? Yeah, listen to my music and all that good stuff. And that's all I got to say.
That's it.
That's his
Nothing
story.
else?
He's sticking to it.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me join, BuMpy. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Didn't you get a
Nope.
Mr. Beer kit
Nope.
there, Alex?
You know what, BuMpy? You got a good memory, my brother.
Oh no, Paul just brought it up.
Oh, Middle Fruit said it.
That is
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
way to
but,
start learning,
I'm
man.
going to have you come up here so we can do it together, though, BuMpy.
When Ron stopped
It's
by to
easy,
visit
buddy.
you couldn't
We got
wrangle
that for
him into
Christmas,
making a
Alex.
No, I
You
know.
got
but-
that for Al. You got that for Christmas, man. Come on now, make that beer.
I know.
beer? He's
but
gonna wait. He's gonna wait at least a year.
no, not if I get.
I can tell you the
Perhaps you're
ingredients and
gonna go
everything
bad
in
if you
that.
wait
The
that long.
extract
Not
would
if
be
I
fine.
get. Not if I get legendary BuMpy up here. It won't be like that.
You got family down there. They can help you with the instructions and everything else.
Your
It's
brother
easy.
will help you with it,
You can
man.
do
I
it.
don't think you get the point. You're a brewer. Or not.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to be a brewer to do a Mr. Beer kit. It tells you,
No.
it walks you right through it.
Right?
I know, but most of my people know what they're doing because they're brewers. If you get my meaning. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it'll last
All
forever.
right.
Tell you what, Alex,
Well,
you're not a brewer until you start brewing beer. So I'm sure
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere.
True that.
It's like making a stew. It's about
Nobody
all
held
I
my
do.
hand. I just fucking bought my shit and I did the damn thing.
Yeah, BuMpy
I had
will
no
find
clue
it.
what I was doing. I just read the instructions and went to it. And
Well, we actually, what we could do, I could
5
probably,
weeks later, you drink it. You're like, oh, okay.
I could
that's
probably
beer.
have you. I could probably have you on here then, BuMpy. I can have you come on here, and then you can, and then we can figure it out together. Yeah, I don't.
I'd be willing to do that with you, Alex, because I could pull up the recipe that you got with your kit on
That's
their
perfect,
website
too.
and read it
You're
through
gold.
to you.
Awesome. All right, you're golden then. You're good
Yeah, there
too
we
then.
go. I mean, we could do that one day. It'd be fun.
All right, score. We
Alex
got
the Beer Master Brews live on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's awesome.
All right, thank you, my friends. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a wise idea.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
All right,
Thanks, Al.
all right, BuMpy, please save this beer.
I'm gonna save this beer because I'm going with it's gluten free. Yeah, so I'm not gonna pin it up against a true Tripel. It does come from Belgium though, so
That's a plus.
I mean that's a winning factor in it.
Oh, it does? Comes from there.
Mhm.
Oh.
That was imported from Belgium.
The score I'm going to give this one because, like I said, it is the best gluten-free beer I've ever had because I've had two, this being the second, and not tasting like apples, like hard apple cider. Did have a bit of that apple vinegar a little bit, but this one had more flavors. The alcohol content's higher. But this was like more enjoyable to drink. I can actually see myself. If I had a fridge full of these and nothing else, I wouldn't mind drinking them. So it's not like a drain pour. It's not disgusting to me at all. It's just it's missing some things that I do like in standard beers made with grains and wheat stuff. I'm going to give it a 96 out of 100 though. I think it's that for the glutens that I've had. This and the other one. But I'm gonna if I have any other gluten beers out ever in my life, probably won't. But if I do, there might be some out there that are better than this one. But this one's I think it was enjoyable enough to drink. One of the highest ABV gluten beers I've seen as well. It's one of the reasons why I picked it up. I think Chatty did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So
You got to enjoy it if you don't know what you're getting into. 8.5, yeah, at least have fun with it.
yeah, to me it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Just missing key factors that I miss in regular beer, but still you gotta take it for what it is, And shout outs After Dark next Sunday on Bumpy Road Breeze channel. And that one from Leprechaun TV. He told us that we should be shouting out our own channels with saying the full channel name so people know what it is. But if you're here watching this show, I'm sure that you know what my channel is anyways. But anyway, yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday. And dark beer, salt. Next Monday, we don't know exactly yet what the Malty Monday is going to be. We'll go off panel and try to figure out what we're going to do. And I'll make a video for tomorrow just stating what that beer is going to be. I'm not doing the polls anymore because we are down to we might only have 4 beers left. And a lot of them have been more difficult to find. So try to push those towards the weeks to come. But yeah, that's how I think Kevin Johnson there was asking how he finds, or was it Tommy? It might have been Tommy. Either one of them. That's how you find it. I'll make a video tomorrow. I'll post it. If there's a link to Beer Advocate, I'll put that in the description of the video to help you try to find that style. Because Beer Advocate has a huge listing for anything that they have listed as a style. So that's been helpful for the last few months, anyways. I think to people, hopefully. But yeah, look out for that video, and that will let you know what next Monday will be. And I just want to appreciate the panel for being here tonight.
Cheers, man.
Let me get rid of this banner before I forget it and then get yelled at Dio. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I know Bree's probably not everybody's favorite. But yeah, it needed to be done. And I do think that they're doing a pretty outstanding job with the beers that they've had, for sure. That they're coming out with new brewery, like 30 breweries since 2012 at least that are making gluten-free beers, and 12 of them that are just like zero emission or green. They're not out of the United States, but green, they're gluten-free only. So there's dedicated breweries just for this type of beer to help those less fortunate beer lovers still get something that's got hops and yeast and whatnot in it. But yeah, thank you, Beer Man. Thank you, Chatty. Thank you, Alex, Beer Master.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. I want to thank the chat as well. Thank you guys for all being here, chatting up in the chat, keeping it going, the convo going over there. Some good questions and stuff coming up as well. And yeah, thanks to all the viewers. And Alex, you're finally here again. Take us out.
Certainly. This is Alex, the Beer Master. And we will see you all on the next live stream in the next video. This is Alex, the Beer Master, signing out.
Cheers.